Yeah, address it to E.J. Wagner, Lieutenant Colonel, retired. You look up the address. I can't ever remember it. Yeah, I'm sending another tape to him this time, along with the letter that you can take now. Yeah, he's still living there, San Antonio, Texas. Okay, dated October the 1st, 1986. Dear Dr. and Mrs. Gloglower, colon. Well, I know his name is Wagner, but a long time ago we gave each other fictitious names when we were in what the old cavalrymen used to call the cavalry. We were both in the cavalry. Ed nicknamed me Dr. Pushka, and I nicknamed him Dr. Gloglower. That's when we were medical corpsmen in G Troop of the 5th United States Horse Cavalry. No, I'm kidding. That's cavalry. C-A, capital C-A. Always put a capital C on it because, that's a love of mine, and Lieutenant Colonel Wagner's, and an author by the name of Thompson. Yeah, just put that way. Okay, that'll be fine. Let's see. Well, if you don't mind, try to keep from disturbing. Well, yeah, I'll sit in the chair there. I'd rather not have you sit. You say you do take shorthand. Fine. Well, if you'll sit in the chair, I'd appreciate that. Then I can maneuver my knees. Oh, yes, yeah. Fine, all right. You ready? Fine, all right, let's go. No, nothing like that. Oh, well, all right, but after I finish the letter, that'll be fine. Okay? All right, let's go again. Let's try it again. Let's see. Yeah, dear Dr. and Mrs. Gloglower. Don't put this down. She's a Buffalo girl. No. She's from Buffalo, New York. No connection to the herds that used to roam the plains. Well, I know, Dolly, but let's stick to the letter. Well, all right, Doctor. Oh, you have that. All right, fine. Dear Doc. Oh, yes. All right. Let's start the body of the letter then. Ed, my gosh, thanks ever so much for the tape and the jokes. They were absolutely terrific. This is some fellow you must have had at one of your Irish conventions. I'd like to know who he was. He was really terrific. Paragraph. No, when you get out the typewriter, just slip the carriage over a little bit. That's what I mean. Don't write paragraph. Just slip the carriage over just a little bit. That's what they call a paragraph. I thought you were a secretary. Let's go back to the letter. Ed, I'll tell you, for sure, you should be a PR man of the first grade. You have all of the attributes of making a real good one. The manner in which you approached Richard A. Thompson, that doesn't differ at all from the way we used to meet people. Faint heart never won fair maiden. And I looked on the flap. Says about the book, and above that, $15.95. You paid that much. Not that the book isn't worth it. Don't misunderstand me. It is, but I can't imagine you spending $15.95 together with what must have cost you a small fortune to dine at the Hotel Gunther. Or is that Gunter? But it must be a nice one, I'll tell you. But that's typical of you. And it's typical of me, too, actually. You know, when I think of welfare, I can think that that's probably one of the reasons. Well, not that I make a habit of standing in line and picking up 5-pound packages of cheese, but, you know, when they advertise that cheese is available for the destitute, well, you know, I've always been a stickler for the truth. I don't, you know, standing in the rain with a torn umbrella. Well, anyway, I love cheese. And the government has a hell of a lot of it, believe me. So actually, I don't want it to go to waste. But anyway, that's deviating from the intention of and you'll notice that I'm using the other side of the tape. Well, it's getting so bad that it's almost well, these tapes are expensive, but I think that it would be nice to continue the story. Just before I started dictating this to Dolly here, I thought, well, let's run the tape over, review it. This gives me fresh material, then I can pretty well answer your questions. Paragraph, Dolly. Yeah, the same as the last time. In debt. Yeah, okay, all right. So let's see. I'm distracted here occasionally by my secretary. Betts is still in bed. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. First day of October, 1986. But the book, the manner in which you, as I said before, met Mr. Thompson. Thanks for the pictures. I appreciated them very much. He's a fellow that sort of resembles us. He's old, gray-haired. I really devoured the book. I think I put it down only once, but through necessity. I had to go to the bathroom anyway. Oh, hi, Elner. How are you? My goodness. I thought I'd better interject my greetings to you from me and from Betts. I know that we talk about you all the time, and if she weren't asleep right now, I'd awaken her and have her say something into this microphone. But anyway, hi. Ed, several months ago, we like to go to garage sales, and I keep my eyes on the lookout for old things, particularly things relating to the cavalry. I've never found anything yet until just about a few weeks ago. I saw several pictures, several prints, one of which was by Frederick Remington, the famous artist and sculptor. He was born in 1861 and died in 1903. And incidentally, he was born in the state of New York, in Canton. I believe that's the way you pronounce it. But this was a print of one of his pictures. It was tattered and torn around the edges, but the price was right, 25 cents. I took it home. The title of it is Dismounted, the 4th Troopers Moving in 1890 by Frederick Remington. I took this home, and I had one of those large picture frames, the type of which I framed the picture, the print, the old Japanese print that I sent you. And I treated it in the same manner. I went a little bit further. I took the print and did all the lacquering. You know, I put about 10 coats of lacquer on it. Looks like an old masterpiece. I put it in this frame, which is a part of an old kitchen cabinet. It's about the same color. The frame is sort of a cream, yellowish cream, light yellowish cream. And I did something else. I found a little piece of old cotton rope, and I took this cotton rope. I dyed it yellow. Of course, that's the cavalry color, as both you and Richard know. And circled the picture. Used some very fine finishing nails, very tiny finishing nails, and nailed this to the print around it, tied a knot in the end, and you know, it's typical of those old ropes that we used to hang around the horse's neck when we put them on picket line. Well, it's a picture of an old cavalry, and you've seen the print many times, and it has the I don't know, in Mr. Thompson's book he describes the leather strap with the snaps that hold the horses together when the horse holder is going to the rear after the cavalrymen have dismounted to fight on foot. Well, I don't remember those short straps, but I suppose that we had those because I remember the old halter underneath the bridle. And I also, in reading Richard's book, he describes the bridles and the bits, but he doesn't say that the old cavalrymen of the period he describes used a snaffle bit and a curb bit in combination. We had 4 reins, you know, that we held in our left hand, and changed to our right hand, 1 rein between each finger, as you recall, and changed them to our right hands occasionally when we rolled those Bull Durham cigarettes while walking along. Well, anyway, this old grizzled cavalryman is leading these 3 horses, and I suppose when they said 4s, as Richard describes in his book, they included the horse holder's horse. They must have done that because in his picture it shows 4 horses. I thought when we were horse holders that there were 4 horses beside the trooper riding his own mount. But I think now, as I look back, 3 would probably be, God, all that you could handle. But I think you're so fortunate in your memories having had been a horse holder. I think this is a magnificent. I don't know whether I want to call it a creation or not, but I have the whole story on the back of the framed print. There's I put something that you sent me once on an envelope. It was the centenary of Fort Bliss, 1848 to 1948. So you see, 1848, boy, that was an old cavalry post at that time. And I've signed this print on the back with a full story. It says, dismounted, the 4th Troopers. In this spirited horizontal composition, Remington portrays a cavalry movement during which selected sharpshooters engage the enemy, while the main body of troops moves off to take up a new position. It doesn't say, but this was dismounted. Well, I wish I had another one of these. I would love to send it to you. But on the other hand, I hate to part with it, and I don't suppose that I ever will. Bets just loves it. Let's take an intermission here, Dolly. I rattled on so much about that print. I shouldn't have done it.